what advice would you give to a young farmer starting out in the industry today for their future, and what should they do in order to secure a future within the industry?
Ignore social media. Don't get your advice from that. Unless you can get in a good discussion group, and unless you can get on the farm of a guy who's actually performing and doing what he's saying, that's who you follow. It's not some guy blowing his own trumpet on Twitter or Facebook. You have to see it really, because look, it could be, I could make up a farm and be trying out figures. I could be doing a better salads than Kevin if I wanted to, and if no one knew me, like, you could get away with it. That would be one. Surround yourself with positive but realistic people. Do not surround yourself with yes men, because you will end up in trouble. And I'm lucky enough. A friend of mine, he pulled together himself, another dairy farmer, and me. We have a little WhatsApp group going 2 years now, and it's just a fantastic escape. Yeah.
So it's
it rains on every farm.
It's about learning off others and what others are doing well.
Big time. Yeah. And just be willing to learn off others and accept that you're not right all the time as well.
And Derek, would you have similar advice for young farmers, or someone starting out in the industry, or would you have any different advice besides what Tommy has said?
First bit of advice is try and marry somebody with loads of money. But definitely know your business, know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure you're going to work at it, like, and that, especially in poultry, I find, like, know that you're not going to think, I'll set up a hen house and sure, the hens will lay eggs themselves. They will lay, but to get the maximum production out of them, you have to work hard, like, and don't think you're going to go out on a Saturday night and go to the disco and then sort of I'll roll out of bed at 10 or 11 in the morning. So you have to make
sacrifices.
Yeah, without a doubt. Just sacrifices all year, like, even family, like, family life does take a hit. But again, my wife is very understanding, like, like weekends away.
Work-life balance, though, because a lot of young farmers, it's a big thing, and Kevin has talked about it as well. But would you have? Is that something you think is very important for young farmers, that they have a work-life balance?
Oh, without a doubt. Like, you have to, like, I do have, I get some young fellas in every third weekend or something, just because you need time away, because if you don't get away from it, your head will melt. You need, and to get time away as well, you actually think more about the business and maybe what you can do and what you can improve on it, and then go back with a sort of renewed energy maybe on the Monday morning, and you're going, right, we'll go again at it. Like, so yes, definitely worth it.
And just going to Kevin, I know you spoke about that clarity, and Derek has referred to it as well there. About clearing the head, getting away. What advice would you have for young farmers starting out in the industry, and how they can grow their businesses, or what the future is for them?
Yeah, look, I mean, Tommy and Derek make very valid points. Exposing yourself to the best farmers and marrying into money fairly makes things, certainly improves the business plan anyhow. It's fair to mine. But look, I think for me, when you look at most, I'm not going to say all, but most successful farmers, they got started at a young age. And for me, if the home farm was an option, I would say the advice that I would give myself in hindsight would be to buy into the family farm at a young age rather than wait for a free handout when you're older. At least have the conversation, and be transparent about it.
Okay.
And just one, travel. Get off the farm for weeks or months if you can before you turn 30 or 35.
Very good. So some very good advice there from the guys. Is there anyone with any question they'd like to ask the panel? Or I think there's a microphone there somewhere as well, is there?
Kevin, my question's for you. There's a lot of people here on the stand today, a lot of youthful faces. And what would you say to any teenagers here that are trying to aspire to be the next Young Farmer of the Year?
I think it's a valid question. For me, going through the whole process of Young Farmer of the Year, it was about having a robust farm business and being in touch with your figures. But I think there was a lot of it really down to personal development as well, So I would say education, travel, and things like learning other languages, stuff like that is a big part of it too. But look, as I say, just really have a go at it from a young age and try achieve something at a young age is really, I suppose, what kind of got me over the line.